If you are innocent. Okay, what you are saying is also cool. So I would like her to come out and defend herself. And I'm going to employ every one of you to allow the nurse to defend herself. Hear what the nurse got to have to say. And maybe when you hear what he has to say, maybe it's going to give you another direction. Yeah. The nurse has to say. Don't forget the story that the person that she treated went to vomit. So don't try to come and defend the nurse here. And don't try to come and nail the nurse here. So the same is that.
So how did the guy they pouring water on Mobad at some point?
Exactly.
It is clear that they pouring water to resuscitate him or to do something. Okay. So where did they find the strength to get up and go and vomit in the?
That was after he vomited. That's when all those things happened. After the vomit, that's when all that thing happened.
So he got up and went to go and vomit.
Now take a look at this now. This issue, this story or scenario has been ongoing. Now, the nurse said that when they started pouring water on him, he was telling the wife, don't pour water on me, but the wife continued to pour water. That is a narrative. Now, they were like, oh, maybe then goosebumps started showing up in his body and all that, and then DJ Bami and the nurse ran to the chemist, the nearest chemist. So by the time they come out, they were like, boss man, maybe that's when they switched the body. I said, switch which body? So by the time they switched the body of maybe the body of the person that the nurse injected to the normal real woman. Oh my goodness. This is the narrative of people on TikTok. That maybe when the nurse went out with DJ Bami, they now switched that body to the real Mohbad's body. And I said, do you guys also realize that by the time the nurse ran back to the house, he made them carry Mohbad into the car? And the clothes of Mohbad was already, they removed his clothes, he has boxers or whatever on. Everything was soaked. They rushed him in the car. I said, do you guys also aware that the nurse also was in the car when they were saying Mohbad is dead, Mohbad is dead? Do you know that the nurse and Wunmi were the ones sitting in the front seat? Do you know who was actually doing the video of that Mohbad is dead? If I tell you, will not know. So
yeah, but thing is, if you look at the whole story, the way it's narrated, doesn't add up, because at some point they put him on a motorbike or something. As weak as he is,
what I'm trying
he had a motorbike ride to the hospital.
Yeah.
So you know, let's be realistic, right? Someone who is so weak, who is sort of like close to the point of bike, is able to take a bike ride. How? What did they tie him? Who did they tie him to? They tie him to the bike
exactly.
Man.
You're right.
Someone as a suspect call himself witness to come and give such a testimony in the inquest. Can you believe how laughable that is?
I still maintain one thing, that someone who is that weak on a motorbike in Lagos, and nobody will frown upon or try and take photo or video to say, what is this?
Hello, sir, Mr. IT guy. Is there any
God bless you, the Demi IT guy. So from that place,
in Lekki.
Inside that Lagos.
That is enough to lock top that.
So
immediately finish with that statement.
No single human being can see them and take a picture or video of them. So Mohbad be on the bike from that house.
Do you know what we see on TikTok every day?
Please let's forget what
this is conspiracy theory. For a few seconds, you put someone who is almost spiked on a motorbike. So you have to tie 3 people together for him not to fall off.
That was DJ.
So when you then get to the hospital, how do you then get this guy off this bike?
That is the DJ
to take him in.
I was saying this about the Okada man saying that it's true. I'm the one that carried him. I was the one who carried him to the hospital that day.
Which Okada man? Will carry a guy that's almost spiked?
I think. Hello, boss man. Good.
I'm listening.
I think the problem is this. They were just good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I think the whole point is they never. Yeah. Thank you, Bossman. They never, in their widest dream, think about it that the whole thing is going to fly to this extent. Probably they were just thinking that, okay, let's just dish this out to them, then that's it, and everybody going to sleep, and the Ochi is done, and they just moved on. So if they've thought about this aftermath of the whole thing, that okay, maybe this is going to be taking this long and people are going to come up massively for more, maybe they will have think twice before they do whatever things they do. So to me, it's all conspiracy theory. We are not there. Even whatever the nurse, whoever she talked to, blah, 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 it may be part of the whole plan. This thing didn't take long. They didn't sit down probably to plan it very well, because they were not thinking that maybe after this thing, this might happen. That is why we're seeing this one do want to talk, this one didn't want to talk. So that had there been something that has been planned, they may have had the pre-plan of taking him out for so long, but they were not thinking that, okay, after we take him out, what is going to happen? Probably because they didn't know that this guy is going to become more famous like this. People are going to come out, people are going to be dedicating their time, money, energy, sweat, and all this thing on more. If they would have thought about this, I'm very sure they will have strategized properly, and a lot of things will have been put in places. So that is why the game now is so hard for them, because so many lies have already fly out. They've said this one. The same, this girl, sister came out, was saying sometimes on Instagram that, oh, what if she has the, how did she even put that in English, that what if she was able to find Baba Mohbad? The same you came out yesterday or today or 3 days ago now, start saying something again, cursing Baba Mohbad and things. So they were just going back and forth. That's to tell you that a whole lot happened. Nobody is still ready to tell the truth among all of them. But I think there is a fire burning underneath them now. Something is pushing them, and they are going to talk. Somebody somewhere is going to slip up, and they are going to say something that a lot of things has been said. So many thoughts has flied out. We've all know, this one say, that one say, this one, this, that. I think the bottom line of all this now is that they already realized that Prime is not game. Prime is not game. So for Prime not to be game, he's definitely going to force out whatever he knows. That is point one. And they've tried everything possible for Baba Mohbad not to say anything. But that man keep waxing strong, and he keep doing whatever he can do. And Nigerians are now supporting him both home and abroad. So that alone is giving them a headache. If you watch now nightly on Instagram, I think some people are just waking up now to the exact truth, because this is looking somehow. They only ask you 2 questions, just 2 questions. Like Mr. Skill 87 says, you don't need to put up all this narrative and defend yourself. Just go straight to the point. Oh, my people, this is what happened. We came back from the show, we were this, we were that, and this and this and this and this happened. Simple. Then people will now say, okay, if this and this happened and this happened, what now happened? But you didn't come. It's either you're trying to defend yourself, or you're protecting somebody, or you gang up and try to attack Baba Mohbad. What exactly are you attacking this man for? We've never seen from that account they talk about, what's the other guy name? Spending. No. They never said anything about that guy. They never say anything about all of them who are in that house. It's always about Prime. But you see, the wife, the mother of Mohbad came out at that time and said, Baba Mohbad said Prime Boy should run away. So they are trying to pin everything. Maybe during the Corona inquest, when Prime Boy is talking, then everybody will be like, they don't talk this thing before now. Say Baba, so that people will not take whatever the boy is saying. It won't hold water. So to me, I think they are all just playing game. So sometimes they come through all these social space to see people who are justice for Mohbad. Whatever they are doing, they pick up 1 or 2 things from them, because everything is in the open to them. It's like an open book. So they say, okay, this is the next step. Okay, this is what they are talking about. Okay, this is what they are about to do. So they will now re-strategize and go 1, 2, 2, 3. They will pick, oh yeah, you go and disrupt them. Oh yeah, you go and say this one. Oh yeah, put it out to the PR and the influencers, let everybody publish it out there. I think this is what they have been doing back and forth. If you are not guilty or you didn't do anything. You don't need that self-defense. You don't need to defend. You don't need to attack. You don't need to do anything. You understand? This thing will just work itself out the way it's supposed to be. But the fact that nobody is to me now, I don't know about anybody mindset. I don't trust the nurse. I don't even want to know about any nurse. Maybe one nurse is there or nurse is not there. Nobody knows about all those things. Anybody can conjure anything together, because I've seen a lot of conjurement on these cases alone. A lot of people have been compromised. A lot of us has been compromised. So many things has happened. So tomorrow they might come up and say, oh, this person, okay, this is the nurse. Because Skill mentioned one thing now that I hold firmly. He said, something happened. This is your husband, the father of your, this is your guy, the father of your child. You slept together, you woke up together, or whatsoever, and a nurse came into the picture, inject your husband. They ask you in Corona inquest, you say you were making Indomie or spaghetti. That is by the way. Somebody you've not seen ever in your life came into your own home, and your husband is down on the bed there, and you were there making Indomie. That is fabricated on one side. I don't believe that. Now, come to think of it, the person is in your house, he inject your husband, complications occur, blah, 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 and you just allow the person to go. Everybody just go like that. It's all about, oh yeah, let's just bury this guy, let's embalm him, let's do whatever we can do, let everybody move on. Something is not hardened up. So, when I listen to Skill and I just pick up 80 out of the 100 thing he was talking about. Something is just not hard enough. That means that it's either it was all planned, everybody was on it, or maybe the nurse was not aware initially, then she came on board, they have to let her understood, see, this is the thing, blah, 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 or no nurse was even involved in the first place. So we are not there, we don't know anything until maybe after the Corona inquest. Before the Corona, a lot is still going to happen, because it's like we are watching a seasonal movie now. It's happening every day. This one we say every day now. People are coming out to say something. I actually love what Baba Mubad did yesterday. That is good. That is a nice response. So, but to just cut the long story short, to me, I feel like after the Corona inquest, if Spendy was able to conclude his own submission, and Prime Boy was able to talk, and if it is any possibility that either Darusha or the nurse will be there at the inquest, it should be fine. If they can all talk, then we'll be heading somewhere. But the truth of the matter is that this story, if it continues with this bass boost here and there, is going to take a long walk before we get to that destination of justice. That's just my
sorry to cut you on that before you finish. Anyway, you've concluded. You just mentioned the Corona inquest in regards to Spending coming to talk. Spending, according to the way the Corona inquest ended the last time, it was Prime Boy that they were agitating for to come forward to give his own testimony on what have transpired. But because the judiciary are compromised and they're trying to play some kind of games there and they decided to put Spending.
Oh no, you're wrong, sir. What actually happened was you actually know about it.
Say that again.
We can't hear you, boss man.
We can't hear you, boss man.
We can't hear you, boss man.
No. You are not audible enough.
I guess probably. Maybe you should mute your mic. I'm still. Maybe you can.
Okay, we can hear you now. We can hear you.
Yeah, there's a noise on the background. Can you hear me now? Right on the comment section. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I need to know if you can hear me. I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, all right. So what for allowing Spending to speak first was the Lega team that planned that, and I'm going to keep that. I won't tell you the reason, but there was a reason why they put Spending first before Prime Boy. Prime Boy was supposed to go first, but something happened that they made Spending to go. So it's not. Don't blame that on the judge or whatever. They know.
Okay, let me come in. Don't you think that is an error? And that might jeopardize, because he's trying to change. He's trying to say what doesn't happen in his when he started the whole narration.
Are you in the law? Are you a lawyer?
No, I'm not. But what? Listen, where I'm trying to go is why is it not specific about what really happened between the fight that occurred?
I'm not going to. Where you are going at, we can talk that about it. I'm trying to, we can say that I will tell you about that later. For not on the media. There's something. There was something going on that makes that plan to happen. That they have to make spending to go first.
Okay.
Something happened that changed, that made it okay. Right, we go first. So whatever he says, Prime Boy can counter him. That is it.
Okay, if that works anyway, let's leave that. That is just. I just wanted to touch on that a little.
Please.
I just wanted to touch on that a little bit.
Can I say something?
Yeah,
I just want to talk to Boss Man because I know that you're very close to with Baba team. That voice note, you know, the time Tolani released Baba voice note, or is it on Sunday? I don't know. Everybody take their voice note. Both blogger, both is it those newspaper they take it. Why Baba team not take this voice note that Wunmi said, don't play this that guy voice, you can favor my husband tomorrow. Why Baba you know even put it in newspaper, everybody to hear like the way you do Baba last time? I just want to know about that.
If you look at if you kind of look at the timing of that voice note, although it's perpetuated as if it's current, and it's not the case, could they have just done that for a bit of distraction towards the understanding we have that she's going to the American embassy today, or what? Is that the reason why they decided to just drop it as if it's something new?
No, I'm talking about the voice note about Prime Boy for Citizen Camera that you should not play, that you can favor my husband tomorrow. That we're supposed to replay it again. Let everybody, those people in Instagram, they did not know about it. Because they did not know anything, they already brainwashed them.
Something happened at the time. I have this.
Did we take it seriously at the time? Did we actually read anything to any substance to it? I mean, Wunmi talks loosely anyway, so she has a motive and she knows the reason why her and her sister, everything they do is actually timed. So you need to know they're just playing the public really in this whole process.
Something happened on Instagram today. Let me give you my what happened today. I guess Karimot was on live on Instagram, and I guess Papariano was talking. So somebody told me that Karimot was on live on Instagram. So and then Papariano ended his life, I guess, and then he instructed others to join him on Instagram so that he can go and challenge people, because people on Instagram they've brainwashed every of those people on Instagram. They actually thought these people have been giving them, bamboozling them with stories, lies, false narratives and all stuff like that, and they're buying it for real. So now Papariano went online, and then at that time Karima was controlling about over 200 people, viewers viewing our live, and then I had to go to different platforms to tell them to end the platform to go and join Papariano so that we get to boost the viewers. So now what happened now is this: I now noticed that the way that we are now reacting on Instagram is a little bit too aggressive. We are dealing with people on Instagram as if we are dealing with people on TikTok. People on TikTok understood what is going on. Now you are talking to the people that has been following you on TikTok to understand what is really going on. Now you are not going to TikTok. You are not going to Instagram with the same behavior that you are
the same temperature, the same temperament, the same aggressiveness. You have to temper. You have to lay low a little bit. It's like you are trying to teach new students how to read ABC. If you are being aggressive, that was like because these people have been brainwashing them with lies. Now you're not coming to them with aggressiveness. Well, Wunmi, we deal with you. They were like, these people came with they're abusing with me again. But you have to calm down. Lower all your pressure, all this, your thing that you are. See, people from TikTok and from Instagram are totally different from TikTok people. TikTok, they're aware of what is really going on. Instagram, they've been brainwashed. So you have to calm down. You have to start from the beginning. Because they believe that Baba Mohbad is a bad person. So if you want to get them, you have to start opening start from Genesis.
Yeah, you have to start from the scratch.
Exactly. That's how you get them. So whatever you do on TikTok, don't bring it to Instagram like that. People on TikTok, they are already in level, they are already in secondary school. Those on Instagram, they are in crèche. They are staying jealousy. You have to, all the things that happen from the beginning, you have to start giving them, open their eyes. If you go to them, penetrate them with, you Wunmi, you will do the DNA. They are saying that why must we do DNA? You are telling them that you must do DNA. They will clash with you guys. They will clash with you. So we are going there for one purpose, to open their eyes, lower the tempo, start going back to the basis. What happened in the basis? Okay, what did the police say? They are asking with me, waiting for your husband. You are saying that, hey, come and take your trophy. Start from that basis to date. That's when they will now follow you. That they will not start reasoning with you. So those of you that want to go on TikTok, on Instagram, you have to change your plans. Don't go there with the same narrative, the same pressure, the same way we always scream and shout on TikTok to those people that have not, that they've already been brainwashed. If you cannot be right, they will fight you. It's either you join them or how they say, or they will fight you because they believe that why would they be asking them to do DNA? So
boss man, let me tell you something. They know what they are doing. Forget, everybody have TikTok and everybody have Facebook. It's not only Instagram that everybody has.
When Papa Riano was about 400 people watching, he said every one of them should join it.
The reason I'm saying that is that when this freeze come out last week, he just said, Wunmi, go and do DNA test because you are there 24 hours when mobile died. Naramani and Sam go for bully. Yeah, they say it, but immediately they turn and say, no, why do you say that? I said they know what they are doing. It's because of it will give them emotional blackmail. That's why they are pitying widow on my foot. They know what they are doing.
We need to go to Instagram. These people knows what they are doing. If you see the way they plan Instagram too.
I think
planning courtism.
I think Mayor is right. Sorry, Wuraola, sorry. I think Mayor is right to a large extent. If you watch very well, since September to today, it was just yesterday or day before yesterday that something trend about Mohbad, to number 2, which is do the DNA. If you're on Twitter, you will understand what I mean. So it was just the first time. Before, it's always about whatever narrative that girl put out is always trending. Anything bad about Baba, it will trend. Anything that will favor her, it will trend. But day before yesterday, do the DNA trend, courtesy of, I need to shut up. But the truth of the matter is this, TikTok, they all know what's up, like a bossman said. Then let's say Facebook, about 3, 4, 5 people are there doing the needful to open people's eyes to see the truth. And the truth of the matter is that some people actually knows the truth about this whole matter. But because probably, something has changed hand or, so they just have to go with the flow which is the reality of our country. So, but to a large extent, people on Instagram, they are just here and there because the major blogs are the people who are, putting up this narrative. Like the IT guy said, if you watch what Feyi, to a large extent, I think Feyi has been fair, but this blogger and the rest, and Insta blog you pay and whatever you put it out, but this lover and the rest who are putting all those stuffs, everyone knows they are being paid. But the truth of the matter is that they are trying to attach audio, things that has been maybe around October or September, they are putting it out now to suit their narrative, because now they are coming out in full force. Maybe something is actually happening in that camp that we are not aware of, that make all of them now to be playing their last card. Maybe what they are playing now is just the last card, like go with brimstone and fire for fire and do this. Maybe if this didn't work, then that will be the last.
That's why I say that voice note of Wunmi, they need to let it trend again.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mayor. I think there are some things. It's not like a defensive tactics, but there are some things the legal team too, they are supposed to be doing out there. All this audio of where it was causing Baba, like you rightly said, Mayor, that place it was saying this thing could favor this thing. A lot of things that they've said, even the Karimo, all of them. It's that time you begin to bring those things out, let it fly through the SEO, let it fly through all those,
Mr. Kule,
social platform as well.
I said, check your text, check your DM, Mr. Kule, check your DM.
Super vibes.
The boss one.
Super vibes.
Hold on, please, sir. Mr. Kule, are you there? Mr. Kule? Hello, Mr. Kule
is sleeping, I think. Super vibes. If I may ask you
Exactly, don't laugh, pew.
About the DNA issue. If I should ask you about the DNA issue right now, everyone that is on this panel right now is if I should ask a question like, does anyone still believe that that child is for Mohbad?
As for me, I don't. Because I'm a woman. Not for me, I don't.
I just want to hear. I just want to have an understanding on people on the panel for me, so that I can go forward. I can continue to see what I wanted.
You know what me always said? I think on their part, let's just keep that part aside. Because we all agree, either the child is for Mohbad or not for Mohbad. We need to know who is the father of the child.
Okay,
we are not concerned about who owns the child. What we need is we really want to know what really take this guy's life off. And as a Yoruba person,
God bless you, Prince Adilo. Sorry, I'm not interjecting you. I just wanted to answer Skill. I'm not interjecting you. Sorry, please. See, Skill, I think you have a valid point there. And let me say this thing. You see, don't let us conclude on anything.
Do you want me to say something before you say you conclude? Or you want me to answer your question?
No, let me just finish then. Bostman, let me just finish then. You will now say something on it. No, that is where he's going. Let me just say this then. So to me, I just believe that let's allow that matter to just be that way. The number one thing we need to understand with the DNA issue is that even if the baby is for Mo or not for Mo, let's leave that aside. You understand? We are only asking a simple question, like Mr. Prince Adelov was saying, is waiting by this boy for house. It's as simple as daylight, simple as ABC. So
that's a question on his
DNA issue came second. Exactly, that's what I'm going to. So that DNA issue, nobody knows. Maybe it's for Mohbad, but due to a whole bunch of things that has happened, so people are jumping into conclusion. But let's still leave that aside. So let's talk about waiting my move for house. Most man, you can hand it up. Sorry, please.
Okay, now what I'm trying to say is very similar to what you just said. Number one, according to what I'm always trying to be careful with what my statement. Okay, I'm trying to allegedly. I heard, according to investigation, that DNA was what's it called? What caused the fight in the car? DNA and what's it called? When you're married and you are cheating outside, what's it called? Infidelity was one of the key things that actually caused the fight, the argument in the car. All right, infidelity and the DNA. There was a time that Mobile was supposed to travel to the UK, and I'm just trying to let you understand the background setup so you guys will have a clearer picture of it. And Mobile went all of them to go along with them, and then I guess when they went to go there, they asked them for a DNA to go do the DNA, and then Wunmi shrink, and she was like, no, she's not going to the UK, she would go to the US, trying to avoid that. Why is it that so it was an issue? Let me even give you the whole story. So it's like more like a DNA issue. So Mobile started suspecting that it seems something was really wrong. So he kept on hammering at that. Come, what is really going on? Why don't you want to do this and this and that? So now, it is a 50-50 thing. Mobile was actually questioning for the paternity of that child because he wanted to be sure. And number two, he himself wasn't sure if the boy is his. And I'm just being honest, I want justice. And this is my own truth. If you look at Liam, it looks like Mobile, for real. And if you look at the other side of Liam, it looks like the Oba. If you look like Liam, again, it looks like super vibe in a kind of way, because the baby can look like anybody when the person. In fact, if a baby can live with whoever he's staying with, and by the time the baby start growing up, then he start looking like somebody else. All right. So far that there's a doubt on the paternity of the child and also like that. And what now kills the whole thing now is that when they were asking you to do a DNA, if you are so sure, anyone that is sensible will know that when they're asking Wunmi to go get the DNA done, and if she's so sure of herself that child is hers, is for Mobile and all that, she will not give us or give the Alobas family this kind of wahala. It's been 7 months. This woman is.
Let me add more. This woman
is saying that.
Let me add one more.
Not even sure that the baby.
Let me add one more. When someone disvirgin me and they ask for DNA test, you are telling me that I'm not interested, I can't do DNA test. What does that man mean? It means something now. You want to prove some point for me. You are the one that disvirgin me, and you ask for DNA test. I said no. It don't make sense.
You believe Mobile disvirgin Wunmi, right?
No, according to now, it's his word. It's supposed to run. Immediately it's supposed to carry a bag, say, well, let's go, carry Liam, go.
Wunmi claims that he has been with Mobile for 10 years. But we have which the legal team has led to as well. Back in the days, 2017, is it 2019, when Mobile was trying
17.
And Wunmi said that do you have money? You're only going for a woman that has money. It's money that she's after. And Mobile said, and she's like, so that a man that would take out of the country and to Japa. And Mobile said that I was even taking up opposing to you, so you want to Japa. And so, now man we get money she want to follow. And at that time, look at that kind of conversation. That means that at that time they're not even together yet. Mobile was still trying to woo her at that time. And she said she was actually going for money. So she's coming up with a conspiracy saying that they've been together for 10 years. Then she needs to come up with a proof, and that's just the way it is. So,
boss, if you want to talk about the pregnancy, the pregnancy is 2 months before you come and meet Baba. The Baba should pray.
I understand. Let me tell you, let me be honest with you guys. Nobody has the right to conclude that Liam is not the boy is child of Mobile. All right. The only person that can prove that is when you go through the DNA test.
Okay.
So we need to be
Bossman, let me just go on.
To me, the way Wunmi's mother is doing, it has given her away. All right. But now, but the thing is that look at all the bullying that we subjected Liam to and the mother to. So how is he going to feel? I'm just trying to see how you're going to feel if they end up DNA and it turn out to be Mobile's child.
Okay. Bossman, don't you think they've run this DNA secretly by themselves and they find out?
No. As of now, I'm saying as of now, the way everything is right now, it's so obvious that it's like the child is not Mohbad's child.
Let's use some investigative this thing to really put that argument to rest.
That is
you understand?
The DNA. They have to do that DNA test.
Yeah. Look, even Mohbad's dad, initially from when this DNA question start popping up, even him himself might be thinking that boy is for Mohbad. Exactly. That was like 5-6 months ago. But I can tell you now that I don't speak to him, but I can understand that right now, even him himself believe 100% now that that boy is not for Mohbad.
Yes.
But he didn't want to come out. He didn't want to come out to say it like openly. He believes right now, but initially he might not have that belief. You understand? He might still be having some kind of full believe that this child is for Mohbad. You understand? But right now, as I'm speaking to you today, right now, I have not talked to him for once, but with the way I see him, with the way I understand that he might have some understanding right now that 100% with all that have transpired, he now believes that that child is not his grandson. So going forward to what I wanted to say is what I'm trying to say there is you said that the boy looks like Mohbad one way somehow, and the other part of him look like the other guy.
Even though they tried to make him to do the pop-up style of Koi, just to like the way Mohbad's
but what I can tell you about that is do you know that if a woman is pregnant for you, if a woman is pregnant and you know the person that owns that child, for instance, and that pregnancy begins to develop and that woman is staying with you,
there's tendency that the child is going to look like you.
Yeah, even though you are not the one that owns that, even though it's not your sperm.
That's what I'm saying.
The resemblance, the initial resemblance that you see with the boy, scientifically, that is the reason why it looks like Mohbad. It doesn't. So that is where they're trying to, because that is how these things works.
That's the thing. If you notice me, the boss man, I always try to be sitting in the fence because I'm always don't want to be on the edge. Like, I always try to give the benefit of the doubt, right? I don't just want to condemn and just conclude like that. I'm always very careful. So when I get a fact right, then I could go for it. And now I don't know anything. But the fact is, do I believe that the child is Mohbad's child? I don't, but as the way she's doing, I believe the child is coming from Mohbad.
And we all can see the way Wunmi is. She's a bragger. We can all see that. She's very loose and she's proud. You understand? Do you want to tell me that Wunmi has not gone to do this thing secretly by himself to know, to really have that clarity that this child is for Mohbad or not? She's done that and it's turned up to be negative. So they kept quiet on that. I don't have any evidence on that, but I'm trying to use a person. When you see someone that comes out to lament in that manner, insult the father to Mohbad in that fashion, do you want to tell me that type of person, if she don't have anything to hide, every day they ask her to go and do DNA, if she's perfect on that, if she can prove that that child is for Mohbad, she would have gone to do it and slap it on our face.
That's what I just said. I said it in my words too. Yeah.
So that was the same thing Bossman was talking about.
Exactly. I said I only said that we only see. We're all assuming. Every one of us were just assuming, whatever. Nobody has any assumption. But the only thing that can come out with the clarity is the DNA.
That's just the truth.
That is the scientific evidence that everyone is waiting for. Exactly. Yeah, so that's what everyone is waiting for. But because I don't know everyone that is on this.
Some assumption, and that's why I've always been very careful what I say. You're right. I won't. If I'm not there, I don't. I will just. You will see me use allegedly, or I was told, or whatever. I'm not the kind of people that always want to drive cloud, and I would just be talking authoritatively. I have to be careful because I'm not a DNA. I'm not a scientist.
Yeah, we should also try to use things that have happened and actions of individuals to also try to narrate and to try to come to a sort of conclusion that there is something big fishing in anything you're trying to reveal to the public or trying to understand better.
But
that's what I'm trying to.
Mr. Skill, but I would say that at this point, today, I'll be so disappointed at Wunmi. That with all this while for the past 7 months that they've been asking her to do DNA, if she has not gone to do any secret or whatever, then she must be a fool.
Of course. That is why I'm just trying to run, because I don't know we that are in this panel today. I don't know when some of us join this start following this case with Mobile's this thing, demise, because I've been from the time everyone started saying I was buried and everyone started asking questions. So there are some people who join at the middle, you understand, that might not that have missed some actions or some vital this that have transpired for us to know where we are today. If you see the way this DNA question comes about, it was like Kemi Oluloyo was saying about it, and there was one post that Very Dark Man just brought out in regards to the questioning of the DA. Immediately he was attacked. The Karimo attacked him and tried to threaten him with a lawsuit that if he say anything like that, they will sue him for 200 million.
Exactly.
So from there, Very Dark Man has said, why will you just go so hard on me like that when I ask you a question that is not even an insult? You understand what I mean? So at that time, during that period, that was when people were like feeling sympathy for the way Mohbad died or something like that. So they were trying to raise funds. They were generating funds through the public to help support the only child is left behind. So people were like contributing massively, both home and abroad, and the money was going off massively as well. So when Very Dark Man as well, he himself also contributed. Even me myself, I contributed into that account. So because people were trying to like solicit for funds to just like, oh, this guy, they didn't allow him to enjoy his career and he's gone now, his only child that is left behind. I don't know if you experienced that time, Bossman, during this contribution.
I remember.
Yeah. So you saw that. So Very Dark Man now get upset and I said that he has a lot of followers, and a lot of his followers, they are contributing to this goal. And with the way they're not trying to follow up on what they ask in regards to the DNA, that he will advise and encourage all his followers not to make any contribution any longer. And that was that. So they were very upset. So, and if from that time, even me that is talking to you right now did not even doubt the paternity of that boy that time. You understand? So, and I said that all of a sudden, Wunmi decided not to go by what the public was asking in regards to the DNA. So the people started withdrawing from that contribution, from that donation, sorry. They started withdrawing their donation. So and I said, so this girl can take a risk of such just because of, just to go and do DNA to let people know that this baby that people are contributing for because of the way Mohbad by, you understand, they feel so sorry the way he left, and they're just trying to help the only child he left behind to have something to start up with the mother. and you decided to just stay by and not even trying to make any move to change that narrative, like, okay, this is the DNA, I've done it, blah 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 blah. It's Mohbad and this thing, child. You understand? And this huge amount of money, she decided to stop. You understand? Not to go and do the DNA, and that all of a sudden people started bowing down from contributing. So when I look at that and I said, wow, and I said, this is like a red flag for me, man. I don't think anyone can just take such a risk. You understand? Not to go and do just DNA that is just a 1 hour test. You understand? For people not to start helping you or start contributing for you based on the situation you found yourself. When she did that, from that onset, I started having that doubt in her that I don't think this child is for Mohbad. Me specifically, I don't know of anyone from that time, because I don't look at it that why will you, because of DNA, you decided not to go for DNA test, and you don't mind if people stop contributing to your cause to help your child. So coming all from that time till now, we're still dragging DNA. And some people are still having this doubting mind. And look at Wunmi's character in all of this. The kind of person she has displayed to be. You know? You want to tell me if that boy is Mohbad child today, Wunmi would have used all of us to rub sand. I swear to God. So I don't
Mr. Ski, you
100%,
sorry to interject you.
100%. I can bet it with anyone. Unless they hide it until the story go off like that, or they go and bring a fake DNA. Even though they bring the DNA and tell me today that boy is from Mohbad, I would doubt it. That's what I'm going to say.
You have a very valid point. See, like someone like me too, initially when the whole thing started, I think for about 3-4 months, I can't sleep properly, you know. And I believe that it was the same thing for millions of people all around the world as well too. You know, when the issue of donation comes on board, I donate myself very well, because I was just thinking a lot, and in my mind, even till today, I still wish Liam is for Mohbad. Honestly speaking, I don't know of anybody. I'm just saying from my own angle, I just wish that boy is for Mo, so it could be like the only thing he left behind. You understand? I don't know, but it's just my own, you know, view that I really just want that boy to be, you know, Mohbad child badly. I just want it. But where I begin to, you know, doubt a lot of things, because I was just behind everything with me Mohbad left behind, which is the wife and the child. In that beginning, you know, because of the narrative that was flying up and down, up and down, up and down. But at a point, I begin to, you know, step back to just look very well. Even to date, I still want that boy to be for Mohbad. But one thing I now notice is that, like you rightfully said, Mr. Skill, is that when the issue of, when you now begin to curse your father-in-law with that kind of tone, as a Yoruba man, that is too strong. That is too strong. And a lot of things has happened. In fact, Karimo make this whole issue to be like this. I think that case was like a day old or 2 days old when Karimo started coming on live, start talking. And I think that talk began to upset some people, because he began to spill a whole lot of things that were not just, you know, finding, I don't know how to put that word, like some people don't find solace in such words. So people begin to think twice that, are you sure this or this or this or this or this or that? So people begin to put 2 to 3 and a lot of things begin to, come out of the case. And I think from that onset, somebody made mention of one thing in the beginning. I don't know, maybe it's Bossman or Mr. Skill. And I think that would have been what would have just shielded this case. From that beginning, Baba was like somebody. If Wunmi should have called Baba, they talk together, and all those things wouldn't have been like this. That I'm very sure with the way things has panned out. If they should have called each other and speak to Baba, this and this and this and this and this, I think this case will have not degenerated to this extent. But in the issue of when do this thing, do this one, stories begin to fly out. Stories begins to fly, then people now begin to +1 + 1 and say, okay, what is really happening here? That is where you now see so many hosts begin to talk about the issue that occurred, Kemi Lawyer and everybody, So that is where people now begin to say, if this is the case, and Mr. Skill, like you rightfully said, she should have just gone do the DNA in that early